for the mid-year update, including the national accounts and the tax collections numbers. But Treasury's latest estimate is that any upgrade will be a sliver of what we saw in the first 4 budget updates.
A proposal to drop speed limits in the CBD to 30 k's an hour has been discussed by Adelaide City Council. A meeting last night looked at 3 options: a blanket 30k limit for all city streets, 40 k's for across the CBD, or a mixture of both. Councillor Henry Davis says even considering it is a complete waste of time.
Madness. I don't even know why we were sitting in council meeting for about an hour and a half considering this as a viable option. We struggle to get people into the city. We have massive commercial vacancy rates, and now a lot of councillors are entertaining an idea of a citywide 30km/h speed limit.
Neighbours have used a garden hose to try and put out a house fire at Valley View. Just before 3:30 this morning, crews were called to Vista Avenue where a property was well alight. Police are leading the investigation into how the $200,000 fire started. Billionaire Clive Palmer says his planned legal challenge against new political donation laws is gaining more support than previously expected. The government and opposition are teaming up to force the reforms through Parliament. The bill would cap the amount any individual could donate to a political candidate, which independents say will make it harder for them to win office. Mr Palmer says the proposal could also be unconstitutional.
We've been approached by other people on the other side of politics and us that are also going to join us in that battle, because it affects them too. It affects every Australian. It doesn't matter what policy positions you have. You want to have it so that people can have a fluid debate. And you don't want the government subsidising more and more of taxpayers' money into political parties.
From TV to the Trump administration, Dr Oz, who fronted a medical talk show for many years and was an Oprah protege, has been chosen by the incoming president to serve as administrator of the Centres of Medicare and Medicaid Services. Dr Oz unsuccessfully ran for the US Senate in Pennsylvania in 2022. Now turning to 5AA sport, 36ers Montrezl Harrell and Kendrick Davis have been charged for their involvement in fourth quarter incidents during Sunday's game against Melbourne. Harrell is facing 2 charges of striking, engaging in a melee and inappropriate grabbing or handling of a spectator. Davis has been charged with inappropriate grabbing or handling of a spectator. The tribunal will sit on Friday. 7 South Aussies have made the final AFLW 22 under-22 team. Port's Matilda Schultz, Abby Dowrick, Julia Teakle and Amelie Borg, and the Crows' Sarah Goodwin, Zoe Prowse and Tia Charlton. Well, this year's AFL draft gets underway in Melbourne tonight. Richmond has the number 1 pick. And the end of an era as Rafael Nadal bows out of tennis. The Spaniard emotional as he said goodbye to fans and supporters.
The titles, the numbers are there. The way that I would like to be remembered more is like a good person from a small village in Mallorca.
Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Bridgewater, Burst Watermain, Mount Barker Road near Oak Avenue. In these parklands, packing up the Adelaide 500 as we speak. Still a few roads closed, but good news to Kettleville Terrace and Bartels Road open. Look out for works at Happy Valley, Chandler's Hill Road and Kinahan's Road. Busy at the moment, Main North Road at Enfield with the camera at Chandler's Hill Road at Happy Valley. 'Tis the season for low prices at Dan Murphy's, like Bailey's Hazelnut 700ml, $38 for My Dad's members, ends today. Choose your drink wise. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, sunny this afternoon, mostly sunny tomorrow, 34. Friday, partly cloudy, 35. Saturday, a shower or 2, 32. Right now, it's 30 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglas. Tonight, why slower speed limits are being considered in Adelaide. See the security vision of a Valley View fire. How a man escaped. The 79-year-old truck driver charged over a fatal crash near Kapunda. The new rapid test helping your doctor decide on antibiotics. And we'll be live to tonight's AFL draft with all the late mail. 9 News. Your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
The Australian Government's Future Made in Australia plan will create a stronger economy by making more things across our country. We'll make more of Australia's natural advantages and turn critical minerals into cleaner energy. We're investing in you to learn new skills and in manufacturing and technology to create well-paid jobs and a more secure future for everyone. That's a future made in Australia. To find out more about the plan, search Future Made in Australia. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Camper Agent RV Supercentres' massive model year run out is on now. Take advantage of unbeatable savings across a huge range of new and pre-owned caravans and motorhomes. Save up to $10,000 on selected Winnebago and Windsor models. Save up to $9,000 on selected Corrimal caravans and up to $7,000 on selected Adria, Kia and Telvor models. Don't miss these exceptional deals. Hurry into Camper Agent RV Supercentre Parafield Gardens. These massive savings are only available while stock lasts.
Hi, I'm Jo. I'm a registered nurse and I work with St Louis Home Care as a clinical care coordinator.
St Louis was started by my great-grandmother and is one big happy family with lovely staff just like Jo.
The people that work for St Louis are very loving and caring.
Whether it's personal care, preparing meals, shopping, home maintenance or social activities, we help people stay at home for longer.
If you're interested, come and join us.
Google St Louis Home Care today.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
And a very big good afternoon to you on this beautiful Wednesday in Adelaide. We are now live on the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook and YouTube live stream, so jump on and say hi. And jump on the phone if you have a tech question, 8223 0000.
Pasco, Pasco, can you turn it off and then can you turn it on again? Hey!
Richard Pasco is the Adelaide tech guy and he's in the studio thanks to Harvey Norman Computers, your technology specialists. Hello, Richard.
Hello, Stacey. All the people at home on the live stream would see how well you look in orange.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Got my nice orange
really
dress on
suits
today.
You. The orange really suits you. You always look good, but orange is good. You've got to be careful nowadays when we say all these things, Stacey, don't we?
You came in and said, you look nice in that colour. I mean, you always look nice. I'm not saying you don't look nice. You always look nice.
Next week I'll come in and go, geez, you got that on today, haven't you?
What, the trackies again, Stace? No, I never. No, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Okay. Happy to take it. Thank you. Now, we're already getting calls. Should we just go straight to Russ?
Come on,
Russ,
let's find out what Russ wants.
Let's get into it. Russ is in Kensington Gardens. Hello.
Hi, Stacey. Hi, Richard. How are you?
Good, Russ.
I've got a quick one. The other day, without thinking, I inadvertently backed up on my iPhone all my photos with Google.
Yes.
And
nothing wrong with that.
I have got no Gmail memory, etc. So, I'm kind of like backed up on the iCloud, so I don't want to be purchasing memory off Google if I can get away with it. Is there any way I can undo that?
Well, let's go back. How much storage have you got on iCloud, or are you just a 5 gig person?
I forget now, to be quite honest.
Because if you pay the $1.49, you can get 50 gig.
Okay.
Do you know if you pay for any extra iCloud storage, or?
Oh, I have paid for extra iCloud storage, and I haven't had.
Yeah, we'll come out every
use it all. I don't even know I did it, but I did it. I hit the button.
It's good to do it, Russ, because you're backing up your whole iPhone, and that's what you want to go along and do. And you don't really want to lose these photos. So what I would say to you, Russ, is you've got a computer, haven't you?
Yep.
Right. So log on to Google. Open up Google Chrome.
Yep.
Log on to Google Photos with your Gmail account and your password.
Yep.
You select all the photos in there. So there's a little tick box you can say, I want to take every photo. Yep. Then it'll be in the top right-hand corner. There'll be a little link to download them all. So you can download them all to the computer, and then you can take them off of Google Photos.
Righto. Without deleting them off my phone or anything.
Yes.
So,
but at the moment, they're all in the cloud.
Yeah.
So they're not really on your phone.
No,
all you've done is fill up the storage, which is on Google.
Okay. So I can delete them all out of on the PC. Okay.
No, don't delete them off the PC. You're deleting them off of Google. So let's get this straight, Ross. You select them all. You download it. There'll be a big file you're going to download to the computer. So you'll have all those photos in there. Once you know you've got them, open the file up. Make sure you can see all your photos.
Yep.
You know, you've got them in a separate spot now from Google. Then you can go back in and delete all the photos that are in Google then.
Righto then.
And so they'd still be in the Apple cloud. as well as on the computer, but you're just deleting them from the Google Cloud.
Then, Russ, if you want to go along then and put them into iCloud, right, so they're all back and appearing on your phone, you go to iCloud.com, you sign in, and then you just upload all those photos to your photos on iCloud.
Okay, then.
If you get really stuck, Russ, I'll come round and help you.
Okay, thanks, Richard.
All right.
Thanks for the call, Russ.
Thanks, Russ.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. That's hard because you don't want it. That's the last thing you want. Like you said, it's a lifetime's worth of photos on your phone now.
It is, and you know that's why you should always back up. And you know I've got mine all in Google Photos, and I've got a whole all the iPhone photos are all with iCloud as well. But and I've got the photos also backed up on OneDrive. Because if you lose a photo,
but I wonder where it ends with the cloud. I mean, I'm mid-30s, no kids yet. And I'm already having to pay whatever it is a month for, and I'm not on the $1.49. I'm on the other app or whatever it is.
$4.49.
Yeah, which is not much a month to save all your photos. But what's it going to be when I'm 80? How much cloud am I going to have to buy?
It's an insurance policy, Stacey. For it, and I understand, where you go, for things like this, and the more and more photos we take and that we put up, and I was with somebody the other day, and they're going, I'm running out of room for all of these. I said, well, can we have a look at your photos? Because it's something you always have to ask people. And you run through and go...
Oh, yeah, you don't want to go into someone's photos without permission.
No, we can't do that story at 12 minutes past 3 in the afternoon, Stacey, by the way. But you can go along in there and go, photo of a bee, photo of a tree, 10 photos of beers on the bar. I reckon we can go through and trim some of these up, for it. We all can.
And do you know, I've recently started this. The place I do it is on planes.
Yes.
Because when you're on airplane mode and you can't connect to the internet, and if you don't have a TV show to watch or the plane's screen isn't working properly, I have a date saved in my notes, whatever date I'm up to, of deleting photos. Then I can go through and continue to delete photos so I'm not backing up my iCloud. Use that hour on the plane.
Oh, yeah. I do it sitting at the doctor's sometimes. You go through because...
It's a good idea.
God love you all doctors, but sometimes you keep people waiting. And you go through and you can blow away 200 photos easily for it.
All right, there you go. Give us a call if you've got a question. Richard will answer it, and I'll chime in with some useless tips as well.
You're doing very well. Don't you run yourself down. That's not right.
You know the number, 8223 0000 is the number to call. Richard, Microsoft's bringing out a new PC.
This will be coming out probably about March next year, so it's a little box, and it really is just, you'll start it, it'll be on a monitor, connects with an internet connection to the internet. All your stuff's stored on the internet. We talked about cloud before. Everything is on there. So all it does is a pipeline to the internet. No viruses, no malware. They take care of all of that. Everything is backed up.
So no hard drive?
If you've got it, no, as much as you want.
Oh, you have to pay for it, I guess.
For it, we'll have to roughly pay for it, but it looks like it'll be about $350, $400.
Really?
Yes. So things like workplaces would be ideal for these sort of things.
Get rid of the old tower computer.
All the towers will go. You can buy nice little ones, but everything literally is like a Google Chromebook. Everything is stored at Microsoft. These look very, very good.
Vic has a good question about the cloud. What happens with all my info if it rains or hails?
There we go, Vic. Vic, I must have heard that 100 times now, mate. Can you come up with a better one? Good.
There you go, Vic. I liked it. Let's go to Larry in Salisbury Downs. Hi, Larry.
Good idea. Yeah, I'm just wondering, I've got a dash cam here, right, on my car here.
Yes.
But I can't, I log in the timestamp on there.
Right.
I click everything on there, go to OK and all that sort of stuff. Then when I disconnect it and reconnect it back to power, it loses its timestamp, and I still cannot work out why.
Oh, Larry.
That's annoying.
Has it got an SD? It's got an SD card in it, Larry?
Yeah, it's got an SD card, and what I do sometimes is because it comes up, it says overloaded or it's full.
Yep.
I actually uninstall, get rid of all what's on the information there because I really don't need it.
Right.
But that's okay. But then it comes back to say, yeah, I can start using it. But the thing is, I cannot get it to timestamp the and timestamp the
That's
recording
right.
of my movie.
Who makes a dash cam?
I think it's Navcam, whatever it's called. I can't think of the name now.
Check.
There's some.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name though.
Have you been to their website?
That's what I'm thinking of doing, is to go there and check it out.
I would go to their website, all right, because they might have an update for your dash cam.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
right.
Yeah, all right. Thank you for that.
No worries. Thanks, Larry.
Thanks for the call. See ya. That's Larry in Salisbury Downs. We'll take a quick break and then continue answering your calls after this. 8223 0000.
5AA's Variety Radiothon is on Friday the 29th of November, and we're giving you the chance to bid on a Jayco J-Pod Outback camper valued at over $30,000, with all proceeds going to our friends at Variety, the children's charity. Dreaming of your next adventure? Jump in a Jayco J-Pod, the perfect trailer for a couple or solo traveller. Visit 5AA.com.au. All thanks to Jayco Adelaide, Variety SA and 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Ever had the feeling you're being watched online? Scammers are always looking for new ways to con you. They're criminals and they're clever. But Australian banks have joined forces in the war against them. Intelligence sharing between banks will identify new types of scams faster. A new payment system to ensure you pay the right person is being rolled out. Unique identity checks will defend against identity theft. And there'll be more double checks when you're paying someone new. Australian banks are working to protect you.
When you go solar with Solar Heart, you'll join the smart Aussies lowering their energy bills with every sunrise. And right now, you can save up to $1,000 on Solar Heart solar power systems, including our revolutionary new Silhouette bifacial panels with a Solar Heart 30-year Australian warranty. To save up to $1,000 today and reduce your energy bills for years to come, get smart. Get Solar Heart. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you on the hunt for Adelaide's freshest eggs, collected from a family farm every morning? Do you seek the finest produce, along with the widest selection of Dutch products in Adelaide? Your search ends here, at the Fresh Egg Shop in Clemzig. Discover a bounty of free-range chicken, duck and quail eggs, alongside an array of other hearty local offerings, such as boiler chickens, KI honey, almonds, homemade jam and biscuits. The Fresh Egg Shop, located at OG Road, Clemzig. Just look for the giant egg.
Shopping should be exciting, not dull. An adventure, not a chore. And fresh, not routine. So experience something new at Newton Central with Drake's, Serenity Hair & Co, Fandy Scissorhands, Terry White Chemist, Glitter and Polish Nail Salon and many more. Including the brand new Séjour Club, an independent boutique with one-of-a-kind handcrafted apparel and jewellery from 2 local designers. Want something new in your life? Choose a new local. Choose Newton Central. Gorge Road, Newton.
Here we go. It's the Mitsubishi end-of-year plate clearance with bonus fuel cards on select vehicles, including a $1,500 fuel card on Eclipse Cross and Outlander petrol models, and a $2,500 fuel card on Pajero Sport and Trident. All backed by Australia's first 10-year warranty with 10 years cap price servicing. You're good to go with Mitsubishi. Offer ends December 31. T's and C's apply. Visit the Mitsubishi Motors website for details.
Harvey Norman Black Friday sale. Shop fridges. Save $100 on Hisense 503-litre bottom mount fridge. Now below $975. Shop smart TVs. Save over $600 on LG 75-inch QNED. Now $1,891. Shop Dyson. Save $150 on Dyson Hard Floor Cleaner. Now $849. And save over $160 on Dyson Airstrait. Now just $588. Shop in store. Shop online. Harvey Norman Black Friday sale. On now.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
20 minutes past 3 here on 5AA. We're in the middle of Tech Talk with Richard Pascoe in the studio. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers, your technology specialists. Let's take some calls, Richard.
Let's do it.
Mark's in Summertown. Hi, Mark.
Howdy do. Interesting that you just played the scam ad thing for the banks. That's what I'm ringing up about. I got done with one about 3-4 weeks ago where scammers actually intercepted an authentic invoice being sent to me from somebody that changed the BSB and account number over.
Yes, Mark.
And so I paid into that and, money gone into the cloud. The bank said, that's what they're doing now. But more disturbingly, they've managed to get into my inbox subsequently and change back the account in BSB to what it was originally. I happen to have a copy of it, but
Mark, can I just interrupt you for a moment? Don't tell us your email address. What does it end in? Who are you with?
It's an Internode.
Yeah. I'm hearing that more and more. Mark, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to go into webmail for it, all right?
Yep.
When you're in webmail, go to your account on there and make sure you set up multi-factor authentication on there and a unique password, which you can do just for the computer that you use.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
That should help you and lock it all out. Mark, don't tell them who it was, but what sort of company did you pay?
I know the money went into another major bank account.
Yeah.
That I've had my bank supposedly chase the money down, and they gave me the satisfactory refund of $21. So I'm in the process of disputing that sort of finding. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment. But that was the best they could do. What I lost was considerably more than that.
I bet it was.
Oh, Mark.
Yeah.
Do you know, Mark, if you were in England, the banks would give you your money back, no questions asked.
Yes, well, the suggestion is that that's where government are kind of trying to lean on the banks. So it'll be a bit of if I have a bit of success with it, I'll ring in. But
please do, Mark.
At the moment, that's where the lie of the land is. So they've suggested, look, any large amount, ring the people direct, even if you have to go on call waiting, just don't send the money.
Yep.
Ring them, wait until you can verify that that's the account. Because I did that subsequently, and the guy read the email out word for word. It's just BSB and account number are different.
Yeah. Mark, I see it all the time, and I keep saying exactly what you've said today.
Cool.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, worth tipping people off, though. So
yes, good luck. Let us know how you go, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Good on you.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah, in England, he would get his money back. But, with the Albanese government's got this new framework they're coming onto, and they're not telling the banks that they need to do that, but I think they do. They're trying to share the responsibility around, which I don't think is going to do anybody any good.
Right.
Because these companies, the banks are more than capable of saying, Stacey, you paid somebody that's gone to a Queensland bank. How about we hold it up before it goes overseas? It's not that, to me, it's not that hard to do. And we keep seeing all these bank ads on saying we're doing this and we're doing that. I hate to say this, I don't think they're doing stuff all.
No. They certainly could be doing a whole lot more.
Exactly right.
Let's go to Croydon Park. That's where Vic is. Hello, Vic.
G'day, Stacey. Love your work. Hi, Richard.
Hi, Vic.
Thank you.
Yeah, how, mate? Listen, I just wanted to find out, with voiceover work, a great laptop and microphone package that would give studio quality audio. Can you suggest something, say running Pro Tools or something like that?
Well, Vic, with those tonsils, you don't really need any good sound
You're
equipment.
not bad,
It
Vic.
just comes
We've got to
through
let you
anyway.
know that. Say yes. Vic, I talked to the sound guys here about this a few weeks ago, so you rung at the right time. An Apogee mic, Vic, all right?
Yep.
Now, if you send me an email, I'll send you the exact link to the one I've got. And you can use it with, and for probably the best piece, Windows or Mac.
Okay. You think
Which
Mac
one?
would be better, or?
They're both exactly the same. I'm just saying, if you're they're about the same. I would, if you're on the Windows side, a Copilot Plus PC with a Snapdragon processor.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that.
All right.
Thanks,
Bye.
Vic.
Thanks, Vic.
Bye. Sounds like you're buying, I don't know, a Copilot PC with a Snapdragon processor. Sounds like you're playing a video game, Dungeons and Dragons or something.
This is a Copilot Plus PC on a Windows PC, so it's got a little AI tool, it's all built into it.
Yeah.
But the Snapdragon processors, which is what makes this thing run, are honestly, it's the best laptop I've ever had from Windows.
Really?
It all-day battery life. When you finish, you close the lid, doesn't get hot. no battery life is consumed after you close the lid and keep it on there. I love these PCs. Really, really good.
There you go. Speaking of PCs, you've sent me a little list of how many years you should be not keeping your appliances, but if it starts to break down your appliances or technology at home, how you should be able to determine whether or not you should replace it or repair it.
This was done by Choice Magazine. I thought it was very interesting. So we'll start off that. They think air conditioners 12 years. So if it gets to 10 years and it breaks down, get a new one. Fridges I thought was interesting, 10 years. Now, I've got a fridge that sits outside at the moment. That'd be 15 to 20 years old. Still works well.
Probably chewing up the power.
No, it's not that bad because I'm pretty tight on power. Washing machines, 10 years. Clothes dryers, you don't need a clothes dryer on a day like today, people. Let me tell you. That's why we made clotheslines for. Column heaters, 10 years. Dishwashers, 9 years. Vacuum cleaners, 8 years. Surprised me.
Yeah, that does surprise me too.
I thought it'd be longer.
Oh no, I didn't.
Didn't you?
Nah. Maybe it's because I just buy cheap ones.
So do I, Stacey. Here's a controversial one for me. Television, 7 years.
Okay, yeah.
Now, Australians swap our TVs. I don't want to say we. Australians swap their TVs on average now every 4 years.
Really?
Yes, because we want bigger. We want brighter.
No, not everyone wants that.
You got a story to tell us there, Stacey?
Oh, my husband, just, classic boy and his toys. Wants the biggest TV in the world. It's unnecessary.
I've heard if people drive past your place at night, there's a glow coming out the window.
We basically have the IMAX theatre sitting on our wall.
On there. Laptops, 5 years. I think it's a bit on the light side. If you spend about $1,000 on a laptop today, I think you'll get 7, 8, 9 years out of it.
I'd hope so.
They are so well made today. And smartphones, I think it's about spot on 4 years. So it's not bad at all.
Yep.
So you just got to weigh up whether you're going to repair it or replace it.
And you know what? Even just thinking about that, I think, is a good way to plant the seed, because we live in a society at the moment which is so replaceable.
Yes.
If something breaks, you just replace it. A bit like me and my vacuum cleaners. Just replace it every couple of years when it breaks down. But you really should be looking to repair it if it's within a certain period of time. And
speaking of vacuum cleaners, I did buy a vacuum cleaner the other week.
Did you?
Yes. Do you know what the brand was called?
Oh, what?
Crap Off.
Let me guess the slogan.
It was
get your crap off the floor.
Yes. Comes from sitting down watching a shopping network one day. Went, that looks like a good vacuum cleaner. Click, buy.
Did you buy off the shopping network?
I did buy off a shopping network.
Very old school.
There
of
we
you.
go. So to sit
good
down,
on you.
Say yes.
Well done. All right, there you go. You can give us your crap off review next week.
That's exactly right.
Sounds good. Thank you, Richard.
Thanks, Stacey.
Always fun. See you next week. Richard Pascoe, Adelaide tech guy, in the studio. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers, your technology specialists. It's time for the 3:30 news headlines now, and then after that, you're going to hear from Osher Ginsberg. He's on your TV all the time, hosting basically every reality TV series there is in Australia. But tomorrow night, he'll be on the SBS hosting something very different. It's a documentary about chronic pain, which is something he personally suffers with. So I'm really excited to have that chat with him.
Get ready, Adelaide. FIVEAA and Phil Hoffman Travel are giving you the chance to win the ultimate holiday to Singapore. You'll set sail on a luxury cruise escape with Silver Sea Cruises aboard the stunning Silver Nova. For your chance to join the standby list, keep it on FIVEAA, and when you hear the boarding call, be the first to call in, and you could be on your way to Singapore. Silver Sea Luxury Cruising and Phil Hoffman Travel, creating moments you'll never forget. Visit pht.com.au.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. Lowering the speed limit in the CBD has gotten a lukewarm response. DFAT has provided crisis support and consular assistance to more than 15,000 cases over the past 12 months. The Arias are being held tonight. And in sport, 36ers Montrezl Harrell and Kendrick Davis have been referred directly to the tribunal by the NBL's game review panel. The 5AA forecast, sunny this afternoon, mostly sunny tomorrow, 34. Right now it's 29 degrees. We'll have more news at 4 and as it happens on 5AA.
Black Friday is here at 40 Winks. 50% off mattresses, 30% off furniture, plus an extra 10% off select items. These Black Friday deals won't be around for long. Limited time only. Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. 40 Winks. Serious about saving. Serious about sleep.
Camper Agent RV Supercentres' massive model year run out is on now. Take advantage of unbeatable savings across a huge range of new and pre-owned caravans and motorhomes. Save up to $10,000 on selected Winnebago and Windsor models. Save up to $9,000 on selected Coral caravans and up to $7,000 on selected Adria, Kia and Telvor models. Don't miss these exceptional deals. Hurry into Camper Agent RV Supercentre Parafield Gardens. These massive savings are only available while stock lasts.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. The Velo Adelaide 500 plant sale. All those plants in the stands, marquees and hospitality areas are for sale from Monday to this Sunday, Victoria Park. Enter through Gate 1 off Halifax Street.
So here we are, in our world, the world we've built together this year. Every tackle, every goal, every moment leads to this. The 2024 NAB AFLW Finals. We've done the work, and so have you. Feel the final moment before the bounce, when everything is on the line. So what are you waiting for? Visit women's.afl to get your tickets now. Finals. See you at the W.
There's one word that should be deleted forever. It transcends language, culture, geography, status, and it doesn't discriminate. That word is cancer, and until we can delete it, we're going to treat it. Lift Cancer Care is dedicated to offering additional cancer services to complement your existing treatment plan. We collaborate closely with your medical team to achieve the best outcomes for your diagnosis. So, if you or a loved one are ever struck with the C word, think of the L word first. liftcancercare.com.au.
If you're on a Level 1 My Aged Care home package or receiving Commonwealth Home Support, you may qualify for funding to receive a free 24/7 monitored care alert system. Imagine the peace of mind that comes with instant access to help whenever you need it. Call Care Alert today on 1300 75 85 95 to check your eligibility and keep your independence safe at home. Care Alert, your trusted partner in safety.
Hi, it's David Penberthy here with Martin Penny from Paint Professionals. Is it true that your dad actually painted for the royal family?
Yes, my father was handpicked to paint the Queen's bedroom, Charles and Di's honeymoon suite. Whether you're in Wayville or Morfett Vale or Springfoot or Glenelg, it really doesn't matter. To us, everybody deserves that same treatment.
So get your whole home painted or just a room. Get in touch like we did with Marty and his incredible team at Paint Professionals. Visit paintprofessionals.com.au. Paint Professionals, brush with the best.
Always relevant. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
You know him as the host of, well, probably almost every reality TV series on your TV. The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, The Masked Singer. He narrates Bondi Rescue as well. But tomorrow night, Osher Günsberg will be presenting a documentary on SBS called A World of Pain. And Osher joins you now to tell us some more about it. Good afternoon, Osher. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
No, I appreciate your time because I can't imagine this was an easy one for you to do because it's a pretty personal investigation of your own experiences with chronic health.
Well, yes and no. I mean, it was easy because once I discovered the things that I learned when I was trying to find relief in my own adventures with osteoarthritis and also the pain caused by unintended consequences from surgery, which just happens. There's risk in every surgery, and it's low risk, not no risk, and that's part of the risk I accept. You know, ride bicycles or ride a motorbike, it's okay. But the things that I discovered, I was like, holy moly, I didn't know about this. More people need to know the things that I was discovering, and so that's our entry point for the film, but it's certainly not all we talk about. And we actually spent a fair bit of time in Adelaide making this film because there is some groundbreaking research happening just down the road from your studio, actually, at the university there, which is a brilliant guy. Found a way to actually show a level of pain in a sample, a blood sample. And just imagine what we're talking about here, right? Because if it hurts, I can't show you what hurts. You can't look at. You can look at a scan and go, well, you seem fine. But he's found a way to actually show the hormonal structure or whatever it is that I can't remember what he's found. But it's amazing. It's absolutely incredible that he's found this to actually be able to measure what pain is far better than, like, the best we've got right now is the chart on the wall at your GP with a happy green face and a cranky red face. And somewhere between that is apparently where you are.
And it's so subjective as well. You know, we all have different pain barriers and thresholds, and
it's really interesting. But you know, pain is also kind of our relationship to the sensation is a really interesting one. You know, we speak in this film with some people, I believe it was Chrissy Amflett, who said that there was a fine line between pleasure and pain. And it is. We speak with some people who perform on stage, and I interviewed this woman on a bed of nails, and she was describing to me how she associates with the sensation of lying on this bed of nails, and how she managed to get to this point where she could lie there and feel quite comfortable and actually enjoy it. And when she was describing this to me, I was like, this is nearly note for note what I do with my pain psychologist. It's really fascinating, the kind of stuff that our brains can do when we're in pain for a long time, but also how we can re-evaluate and rewire our relationship to these sensations.
Oh my goodness, what's it like to lay on a bed of nails?
Look, I'd need to put on not a lot of clothes and a couple of pasties, but I didn't. But I did put my forearm on it. I put my forearm down and I pushed really hard. And because of the way that our skin works, you know, in the same way that, you know, when they cut off a cast on your arm, they use a saw. But our skin is able to withstand the vibration of it. So similarly, my skin didn't pierce, but it was an intense sensation. And as I leaned into it, I thought to myself, oh, you know what, when I was going through the worst of it, I would have loved this, because what it does is that it creates a bunch of white noise around the pain signal. And so it's not just a singular signal that you're dealing with. It's like this whole big kind of broad thing. And I was like, this is actually pretty good. And it's the sort of thing that I would find sitting in a sauna, as hot as I could get it. There's almost if I give my pain system a huge response of something, the actual thing that's really hurting me gets smaller in this bigger thing. Yeah.
Wow. And is that how you sort of dealt with your chronic pain, by going into the sauna and turning the heat up?
Oh, that was one of the things.
Yep.
I worked with a pain psychologist who was fascinating, and I learned a lot from her. And I worked with a whole team of people, and I had a physio that I was working with quite closely, and my pain psychologist and so my psychiatrist and my GP, we were all working together on this, because once we identified why I was in this situation, it's like, okay, great, you need more surgery. It's like, great, I've got 4 months of television work nearly every day that I've got to do, otherwise I can't pay the mortgage. And so I had to find out how I could do that. And so we had all these systems in place, and you know, a large part of it is, I guess, you know, focusing on the impermanence of it all. And just because it hurts now doesn't mean it's going to hurt like this tonight. And just because it hurts now doesn't mean it's going to feel like this tomorrow. Because when the pain would calm, I would start to catastrophize and go, oh, it's never going to end. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do my job. Oh, I'm going to find someone else. Oh, I'm going to lose my house. Blah, blah, blah. So every time the signal hit me, I would be dealing with all this stuff, right? Not just the pain. And so knowing what to do, like, okay, this is terrible now, but I know if I do this, you know, if I lay in a hot bath and, you know, take this particular anti-inflammatory or whatever, and then I know that in about 45 minutes or so, it'll be different. And understanding what to do in a flare-up is also really, really important, and just equipping myself with tools I had no idea about. Yeah. But I really wanted to share the stuff that I learned and discover way more, because it's something we don't know enough about.
Absolutely. And then it's also something we don't understand unless we've experienced it, right? Like, you know, there'd be people listening thinking, wow, they would have had no idea watching you on TV that you were going through that. And if people haven't experienced chronic pain themselves, it might be easy to dismiss and say, oh, you know, take a Panadol, muster up, come on. But if you haven't experienced it, it's not that simple.
I know, and it's particularly what happens with our pain system after about 6 months of having pain. It becomes quite dysregulated, and the things that I was learning about amplification and sensitization, like my wife would roll over in bed and her leg would brush she's trying to spoon me, like her leg would brush my shin, and it felt like she was hitting me with a cheese grater in a Chris Nolan fight scene. And flinching away from your wife's loving embrace is not good for your relationship. I promise you. But what I was dealing with was a thing called amplification. Like, this is really weird. And so once I kind of discovered that these sensations, like some of the pain I was experiencing was because of a physical thing in my body, and some of it wasn't. Some of it actually was in my head, which I didn't want to accept. But when I did accept it, it took a while. But when I did accept it, well, then there was ways that I could work on that and rewire the way my brain feels about those sensations. And a lot of it is, just changing my relationship to what discomfort is. And it allows me, like, I'm still probably 2 or 3 out of 10 on that, GP smiley face chart most days. But that's okay. I've got room in my experience now for the other things, the sound of the currawongs calling in the rain, and the rolling around on a jiu-jitsu mat with my son, and the taste of a lovely meal that my wife has prepared, and laughing at a TV show or something. I can have both, and it's a large part is like making room for all of it.
Oh, well, I know there'd be lots of people listening who are experiencing something similar to what you have. Really looking forward to watching the documentary tomorrow night. And something I like about it, I'm a solutions-focused person. Sometimes maybe almost too much, where my brain goes, okay, problem, how do you fix? What's solution? But the documentary will also be looking at some treatments for chronic pain, conventional and also emerging.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And that's a big part of it, is just showing possibility. Because when you're in it, your brain's trying to convince you, A, you're the only person in it, and B, there's no way out. And both those things aren't true. It's a very common thing. Something like 1 in 7, 1 in 5, 3.5 million Australians deal with this. So there's lots of us. And there's some really smart people working really, really hard trying to make it better. And you might not realise that there's other ways to handle things. And it's really, really important. Really, really important. I'm glad you got that from the film, because it's very much the title of my next book is called So What Now What? It's very much like, okay, here we are. What do we do about it? Yeah. I can't say if only, and I can't say what if, because I don't have a time machine. What I can do is something right now. And it's finding the tools with the right now that can give us a lot of freedom.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Well, if this sounds like something that you're interested in watching, it'll be on tomorrow night on the SBS, Thursday the 21st of November. Osher Günsberg, A World of Pain. It's on at 8:30 p.m. and then, you can rewatch it on SBS On Demand whenever you like. Osher,
thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Okay, bye now. Bye. Thanks a lot.
That's Osher Günsberg there. It is 17 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. Now, I had so many texts from you earlier giving me your ideas about what you would tax. If you were treasurer for a day, what would you tax? I'm going to read some of the texts out next, and I want your calls. I've got a Wallace Cinemas family pass for the best caller this afternoon. I wouldn't say inspired, but I'm asking you this question after Denmark introduced a flatulence tax. Farmers in Denmark will now have to pay this tax based on the cattle and sheep and pigs releasing methane due to burps and farts. And I just thought this sounds like the most hilarious tax. What would you tax if you could be treasurer for a day? 8223 0000 is the number to call. I was talking to Bronte from Toop and Toop earlier, and we both agreed we would tax people who don't wave when you give way. You know, when you pull over to the side of the street and let someone come through if there's a couple of cars parked and they don't wave to you? Tax. You'd get a tax. $5, $10 each time? Nah, that's not enough. $100. If you don't do the wave, $100 tax. 8223 0000 is the number. What would you tax if you were treasurer for a day?
5AA is your home for AFLW football. Catch Crows and Power Games live all season thanks to Phil Hoffman Travel, creating moments you'll never forget. Visit pht.com.au for exclusive holiday deals.
Don't miss Drum & Golf's Black Friday Game Changers. Get 50% off Callaway Paradigm Driver. Save over $571. Now $498. TaylorMade RBZ Glove Male Right-Hand Player $13.95. Only at Drum & Golf.
For 40 years, Medicare has been the cornerstone of the Australian healthcare system. Now we're investing in Medicare's future to make it stronger, with more investment in bulk billing, enhanced support for mental health and more urgent care clinics. So whether you need a GP often or just now and then, Medicare's here to keep you and your family healthy, now and in the future. Learn more about Medicare benefits at medicare.gov.au/stronger. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Well, the big race was run and won on Sunday, which means the big race plant sale is now well underway. Make no mistake, the Velo Adelaide 500 plant sale is the biggest of the year, and it is on right now at Victoria Park. You do not want to miss this one. All those plants in the Adelaide 500 stands, marquees and the corporate areas are for sale. And yes, they all have to go. This is your once-a-year opportunity to pick up top-quality decorative indoor and flowering plants, gardenias, ferns, hedging plants, featured trees, including Ficus lyrata, topiaries, drought-tolerant plants and more, all at ridiculous prices. So make sure you get in early for great bargains, because it really is only a once-every-year opportunity. The Velo Adelaide 500 plant sale on now until Sunday at Victoria Park. Enter through Gate 1 off Halifax Street and follow the signs.
The passing of someone close places unique stress on family and friends. At this time, Farrell and O'Neill Funerals are here to provide reassurance and peace of mind. Farrell and O'Neill offer creative guidance and advice to tailor a service that best honours your loved one. Whether a large gathering or a small, intimate service, Farrell and O'Neill share their generations of experience in tailoring a unique and meaningful farewell. Proudly SA family-owned and operated, because it's personal.
Looking for furniture that truly stands out? At Scott's Custom Furniture, we craft one-of-a-kind pieces tailored just for you. We work with you to plan the design, which is then custom built, so it matches and enhances your existing decor. Explore online stunning floor-to-ceiling timber display cabinets, unique front doors, elegant bed frames and stylish side tables made from locally sourced Australian timber. Create timeless pieces. Just search for Scott's Custom Furniture and start designing furniture that you won't find anywhere else.
Treat your family and friends to something a little fancy from FIVEAA, your family liquor stores. Spring means fresh, vibrant flavours, and if you're partial to a white wine or two, try our selection of SA-made Pinot Grigio and Pinot Gris. Let the sun shine in and enjoy a margarita with quality tequila, or lighten up with an Aperol or Campari spritz. There are new beers to try too, with craft IPAs, Pilsners and Kolsch-style brews. FIVEAA, your local independent SA family liquor store for over 45 years.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
At 12 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. Thank you so much for your calls calls and texts this afternoon. Greg sent a text earlier and wants to know what the update is on the Black by-election, the latest count. Well, Greg, everybody thought that the gap would be tightening as those pre-poll votes were counted. In fact, it's gone the other way. So right now, Alex Dighton is sitting on 60.9% of the two-candidate preferred result. Amanda Wilson for the Libs, 39.1%. When you look at first preference votes, Alex Dighton more than 9,000 votes, Amanda Wilson more than 6,000. So there's a big difference there, 48 to 33%. So if you thought the result was called early on Saturday, It only got worse after that for the Liberal Party. So there you go. The Labor Party has seriously cemented itself in that seat of black in the southern suburbs after the by-election caused by David Spear's resignation from Parliament. Okay, your calls now. 8223 0000 is the number. What would you tax if you were treasurer for a day? Let's go to Faye in Windsor Gardens. Hi, Faye.
Yes, good afternoon, Stacey. I hope you're enjoying this beautiful weather we're having.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd like to say that if I was in that position, I would be taxing all those that shoplift. I would be taxing all those also who get stuck into your billionaires and trillionaires and all the rest of them. And I'd say $200 to start off with. How's that for going?
Yep, I like it, Faye. I like it. If someone knew they had to pay a fine if they got caught, that might actually prevent it potentially, as opposed to these flimsy, sort of sentences we have that barely ever get enforced.
That's right. I know there are people, that are struggling, and we've got to consider them. I expect as well, but it's the wealthy that need to be taxed more heavily, I think.
No, I appreciate the call, Faye. Thank you. Let's go to Brian in Croydon Park. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Stacey. How you going?
Good. What would you tax?
If I was the treasurer for the day, my tax would be a smashed avo on toast tax, and there's a good reason for it.
Uh-huh.
So traditionally, the people that introduced this tax in Europe about the animals releasing the methane are generally our environmental warriors who all enjoy a dish of smashed avo on toast. The reality is that it costs the environment far more to produce the avocados than the damage that's been caused by the animals.
Oh, well, there you go.
So it takes 320 litres of water to produce one avocado.
So you're coming for my smashed avo now, Brian?
Well, yeah, absolutely, because it's an overabundance and it's a hipster food that the environmentalists all love. If you've got a tree that produces 200 avocados, it takes 64,000 litres to produce those 200 avocados.
Yeah,
that's
right.
more of environmental vandalism than what one poor cow can do farting into the atmosphere.
All right, I like it, getting fired up about avocados, Brian. Thank you. I've never heard a fruit or vegetable described as hipster. That's a new one. Thank you. Appreciate the call. Let's go to Chris in Tea Tree Gully. Hi, Chris.
Hi. Hi, Tracy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. I'd like to fine every politician that doesn't keep their promise
to
the public.
Yep, this is a very popular one on the text line. A lot of people want to fine.
Sorry.
No, not at all. A lot of people want to fine politicians.
Yeah, well, I think that they can well afford it, so
Yep.
I can't see why not.
Well, what about this politician? He recently had something to say about taxes.
Number one, I pay tremendous numbers of taxes.
Oh, him? No comment.
Smart lady, Chris. Very smart. Thank you for the call.
Thank you, Tracy. Bye.
See ya, bye. It's
Bye.
Chris in Tea Tree Gully. Yes, and as I say, lots of people on the text line wanting to tax politicians. Peter says, I'd immediately start taxing Parliament House for the BS and the hot air. Peter actually wrote that out. I will not. As Treasurer, I would reduce politicians' pay by 50% and the bureaucrats by 75%. Thank you, Gary. This person says, I would introduce a slap tax. This is David in Redwood Park. The tax would be applied to all those people who stick below the speed limit in the right lane. 1 slap for 60k zone, 2 slaps for 80k zones, 10 slaps for 110k zones. David, I like it. Thank you. And then Lisa. Yes, Lisa. I'd put a tax on trolleys being left in empty car parks. You go to pull into what you think is a rockstar park only to see a shopping trolley smack bang in the middle of it. Grr. Yes, I agree with you on that one, Lisa. Thank you so much for all of your calls and texts. Today's Wallace Cinemas Family Pass goes to Chris in Tea Tree Gully. Congratulations, Chris. Catch a movie this week. Mitcham, Mount Barker, the Piccadilly, Noarlunga. All sessions are at wallace.com.au.
Good afternoon, passengers. Please have your boarding pass and identification ready.
Yes, you know what that is. Get on the phone, 8223 0055. Stephen Rose joined me in the studio. If you're watching on the Foodland Supermarkets live stream, you'll see him there. Hello, Rowie.
Oh, every time I hear that noise and the lines light up and I hear the words Harvey Norman and Cruz, you just dream of that, don't you?
Oh, Phil Hoffman, you mean?
Phil Hoffman, sorry. Who did I say?
Harvey Norman.
Yeah, same.
Another legend.
The wait is over. The first round of the AFL draft tonight is on from 6:30 on Fox. Crows have picked 4. Fingers crossed they can nail Sid Draper. He's the local lad. Porto picked 13. That'll roll out because there's a few father-sons and academies. I really like this kid, Xavier Lindsay. I'll look to see if they can get him left footer, inside out, can play half back. He'd be a good lad and an exciting fit for them. And it is an exciting night for all those kids. I know it's only the first round, then tomorrow about 60 players go, and then on Friday the rookie draft. But I've lived it as a family member to see your kid get the goal and reach the mark of being drafted, whether you pick 1 or 100 or a rookie, you're on an AFL list. It's just so exciting. It just takes me back to when Jimmy did. So to all the families, to all the friends, enjoy it. It's a great night. So we've got that. The first test starts on Friday versus India. Michael Vaughan was the captain of England. We're going to speak to him. We'll see what he thinks. I just hope we can knock Virat Kohli's head off, you know. He stands between us winning or losing. He's that good a player.
He's very good.
He loves Australia and he makes runs here for fun. So he's the key. Let's hope we can get him out. I'm going to speak to Shifter Sheehan as well from the AFL. And the soccer drew 2-2 last night. I got up at 5. I watched a bit of the second half, but most of the game in the second half. We were awful. How do we lose? Oh, not lose. It's basically a loss. How do we? I've had a gutful of our Socceroos. Pull your finger out.
Yeah, I don't watch
2-2.
them. I watch.
Man.
What are they called? I call them the something.
There's the Matildas are the girls, the Socceroos are the boys.
Yeah, no, they're the Man-Tilders. They're the
is that what you do?
Man-Tilders, yeah.
Oh, the Mantillies.
Yeah.
Don't mind that.
They're nowhere near as good as the Matildas.
Bit disappointing. We'll cover all of that and we'll see you at 4.
See you then, Rowie. Looking forward to it. Thank you, Rowie and Timmy G, on after the news. And congratulations to Gabrielle in Ascot Park. You are on the standby list to win this amazing cruise to Singapore on the luxury Silver Sea Silver Nova. This is all thanks to our friends at Phil Hoffman Travel. Silver Sea Luxury Cruising and Phil Hoffman Travel, creating moments you'll never forget. Visit pht.com.au. Thanks for your calls and texts today. I will talk to you tomorrow.
Feeling stuck? Henry Bloom's Herbalax to the rescue. It relieves constipation and promotes bowel regularity. Feel light, free and ready to go with Henry Bloom's Herbalax 200 grams dried herb or capsules. Always follow the directions for use.
If you're on a Level 1 My Aged Care home package or receiving Commonwealth Home support, you may qualify for funding to receive a free 20